Hi, everyone. Teresa Lisum here for Decoding Your Superpowers. My friend and fellow cohort, no, that's not the word, my fellow partner in crime is not here today, but she's here in spirit. So I have her right here with me, even though you're just going to hear me today. So I'm Teresa Lisum, and I want to welcome you to Decoding Your Superpowers. I wasn't going to jump on today, but I started thinking about a personality test versus what I coach in and what I love and what I love to nerd out on is the Gallup assessment and how we discover your superpowers. So I've heard people call it a personality test, and it is not. And so I want to share with you why that is and what the difference is between what I offer through the Gallup assessment results and personality tests. So most personality tests focus on labeling traits or maybe even highlighting limitations, whereas the Gallup approach flips that completely. It's not about fixing weaknesses. It's about identifying what's already strong and learning how to use it intentionally. So it goes from, like, what's wrong with me to what's right about me. Donald Clifton was all about what is right with us and how can we shine that up and amplify that even more. So a lot of assessments or tests say this is your type. You're a C or you're a yellow or you're a whatever. And Gallup says these are your natural strengths, your natural patterns, your natural way of thinking, your natural way of feeling, your natural way of behaving, and you can develop them. So they're your natural brilliance. Let's hone those up and move forward in our lives with them. So the superpowers, I'm going to refer to them as, are not fixed. They're not a fixed identity. They're a starting point for your growth. Okay. So it's a reflection of who you naturally are at your best, what energizes you, and how you uniquely are wired to move through the world. And it doesn't necessarily tell you who you are, it reminds you who you are. I think that's huge. And a lot of personality tests, you take the test, the quiz, and it gives you an attribute or characteristics or puts you in a category, gives you a label. And then it's like, okay, now I have that awareness. That was fun. Now what? And you just think, oh, yeah, that was right on point, but that was the end of it. Whereas knowing your superpowers, you can immediately apply it to your life, how you work, how you make decisions, how you care for yourself, how you show up in relationships, how you do everything, your health, your business. As I said, your relationships. It's all comes down to and can be amplified and enhanced by knowing about your strengths. So, Gallup gives us a unique combination of themes or categories that create much more of an individualized picture. So, strengths is very customized to you. It's a it's a dynamic reflection. It's dynamic in and of itself. A dynamic reflection of your natural patterns, your energy, your potential. That's a piece that I tend to forget sometimes too. It's all about your potential and what you can grow into as you move through life. And no two people have the same top strengths or the same top superpowers in the same order. It's just not possible. There's nobody else on the planet with your exact lineup. You are infinitely unique. So it's not a generalized putting you in a box or a category. It's very individualized to you. And I hope that came out right. I'm not sure if it did or not. It's about feeling empowered. It's not just an awareness. Okay, that was fun. It is an empowering source of knowledge. It's deeper. It doesn't just stop at self-awareness. It moves into action and feeling empowered. So it answers lots of questions, and I'm going to go into one real life situation, and I'm going to use overwhelm for right now as a real life example. You just had one of those days, you have a lot on your plate, your brain is spinning, everything feels equally important. You just don't know where to start. So you just don't. You just shut down and don't do anything. So, first, you don't want to judge yourself. You want to come back and line up with how you naturally work best, and then take one small step from there. So, you're just noticing. Example, I'm overwhelmed because I have too many things that I need to address at the same time. Nothing feels clear. I don't know what to start first. So you're just having an awareness around what's happening in the moment. Then, instead of asking, well, what should I do? Excuse me, you're asking, what part of me can help here? What superpower can I pull out of my toolbox and use in this situation? Or what combination of superpowers can I use? So if you're a person who is a strategic thinker, and you've heard us talk about the different categories and the different domains, then as a strategic thinker, you might step back and think to yourself, like, well, what really matters right now? And what are my two best options? So you're going to think about it. You might research. You might do some more exploring and make a plan. If you have more of an executing energy, a doer energy, an action taker energy, you might just have to reduce it down to what is one small thing I can complete right now. Executors like to do things the right way, check it off, get it done. Instead of being overwhelmed by this huge checklist, you just pick one small thing that you feel like you can do right now and get it done. And that creates some momentum and relieves some of the pressure. If you show up in the world as a relationship builder, you can think about, well, who can I reach out to help me through this or to help me get started? So you think about your sphere of people around you and think about who can help you through this. Where do I need some support? So that's how you would use your superpowers and the information you know about yourself, how to get through that overwhelm by connecting with others and not closing yourself off from others. If you are a person who leads as an influencer, you might journal it out. You might talk it out with somebody, as a relationship builder would do. You might just say it out loud. You might speak it out on social media about how you're feeling. But moving, expressing helps you break that stuck feeling. So taking one aligned action in a way that aligns with who you are naturally. It's not perfect action. It's not all the actions. It's taking one action that fits you, who you are right now. It might be mapping out a plan. It might be finishing one task and checking that off. It might be texting a friend. It might be writing down thoughts or voicing it out loud to a group. Whatever it is, make sure it's in alignment with you, because it's going to feel more natural. It's going to require less energy, and it's going to build self-trust within yourself so you can keep moving forward. So in that overwhelm situation, the answer isn't to do more and to grind away. It's to come back to how you naturally work best and then take one small step from there. So the Gallup, I know I kind of went off on a tangent. I was trying to bring it into practical real life. But the Gallup assessment that I work with when through my coaching and I feel is so powerful and has shifted my life, it doesn't tell you who you are. It just reminds you of who you are naturally. Personality tests might describe you, but strengths help you design your life in a way that actually fits and is in alignment with your natural way of being. It's all about trusting yourself enough to live, to choose, and to show up in alignment with your authentic self. A personality test helps you understand who you are, but knowing and understand your superpowers is what Gallup offers. And again, it's just a reflection of who you really are, and it grows with you. It's dynamic and expansive. Whereas a personality test might be more restrictive and just a one-time deal. So that's my thoughts on a personality test versus taking the Gallup assessment. That is always my starting point with anybody I work with. If you would like to connect with me and chat about how you could discover your superpowers, or if you have your assessment results that you'd like to get over to me or Linda or my friend Linda, you can certainly reach out to us here, reach out to us individually, personally, DM us, and we would love to talk more about how you can get this information so that you can start using it in your life and growing with it and just shifting your life in a way that you can't even comprehend yet. All right, my friends, that's it for me. I'm Teresa Lisum. Typically, I'm here with Linda Karshner, my coaching buddy, but she's not here today, but hopefully she'll be back next week. Leave a comment, share, do all the things, and we will see you the next time. Bye-bye.